This is not a swing state. 5 years ago, everyone was saying New Jersey, New York, these are Democrat strongholds, but now we're actually talking about the state of New Jersey. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, your real American, back in with a new video, and I hope everyone is having a great day. I'm having a great day myself, and before I get into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. These are all great ways to support the daily content, but enough of the promotional stuff. Let's get into it because we have to talk about the expanding map, and I know it seems like we've been talking about this every other week ever since the election, but let's be honest. It seems like we get great news across the board, not just in Republican states, not just even in swing states, but even in Democrat states that have been voting Democrat for like 30 to 40 years. It seems like we get great news every single day. And well, look at this headline from the New York Post. Republican wunderkind who helped Trump win Pennsylvania set sights on flipping another long blue state. So let's get into it. The Republican wunderkind credited with helping President-elect Donald Trump claim pivotal Pennsylvania in his decisive election a win is now setting his sights on New Jersey. Yeah, not Wisconsin, not Michigan, not some swing state. No, New Jersey. Now, I know we've talked about New Jersey a bunch of times because this was by far the biggest surprise on election night. Trump lost New Jersey not by 10, not by 15, not by even 9 points. He lost it by only 6 points to Harris. Yeah, New Jersey. A state that hasn't voted Republican since, what, the 80s? Yeah, by some miracle, despite the fact that Trump did not put much effort into New Jersey whatsoever, he got the state within 6 points. And now, Scott Presler, the guy that I would argue is a big reason Trump won Pennsylvania, is saying, you know what? We're not going to stop just at Pennsylvania. No. We're going to target New Jersey. This is not a swing state. 5 years ago, everyone was saying New Jersey, New York, these are Democrat strongholds, but now we're actually talking about the state of New Jersey. New Jersey's trending to the right. There's momentum. Presler, who's 36, told the Post, "We have already rehired 23 staff, so whereas Republican parties in the past will pack up, go home, and not renew contracts, Early Vote Action already right now, in December of 2024, has staff on the ground." Yeah, so Scott Presler's organization, Early Vote Action, they're not pissing around. And like he said, every election, every time Republicans, whether they won or lost, it doesn't matter. They just packed up their bags and left. And they called it a day, like, well, we won or lost, and that's it. We could go home, and that's it. Nope. Scott Presler's saying, well, we're not going to stop. In fact, we're going to expand our operation. It was just Pennsylvania, but now they're talking about New Jersey. And listen, I know it's still a long shot because even in 2024, Kamala Harris won it by 6 points. That's still, a fairly Democrat state, though compared to 2020, that's a big shift against the Democrats. But it's like, okay, it's still a fairly Democrat state. It's D+6, which compared to 2020 is a disaster. But the difference is, this is Scott Presler. We're not talking about some random Joe Blow off the street that got hired 5 minutes ago. No, Scott Presler, by far, is one of, if not the best, get-out-the-vote people in the entire Republican Party. He gets people out to vote. He registers God knows how many people every single day. And not just 1 or 2 people. No, his operation in Pennsylvania was so effective that Republicans across the board, they're saying, hey, Scott Presler, here's more money. We want you to expand your operation. It was that good. In fact, look back at 2024. Trump won Pennsylvania by 2 points, not by 0.1% where it went down the wire. No, Trump won Pennsylvania by 2, and he flipped Bucks County. Now, why is that significant? It hasn't voted Republican since, I believe, 1988 or 1984. It's been a Democrat county for years. And Scott Presler's operation, they focused heavily on Bucks County and others. And, well, it looks like it worked. It was very close, but Trump won Bucks County by 300 votes. I mean, Scott Presler did such a great job in Pennsylvania. It was amazing. It demonstrates that he knows what he's doing. And he's the type of guy where you send him to, say, I don't know, New Jersey and New York, probably within 10 years, I would not be surprised one bit if within 5 to 10 years, if Scott Presler replicates the same operation that he had in Pennsylvania. I know it sounds crazy, but we could be looking at the new swing state in New Jersey. That's how effective his operation really was in 24. Trump's performance in New Jersey was the best for a Republican in the state since George W. Bush's re-election contest nearly 20 years ago. Trump sized Gloucester County and Morris County, both of which he narrowly lost to Biden in 2020. Trump also won Passaic County, which Biden carried by more than 16 points in 2020. Republicans haven't won since 1992, and Trump's victories in Cumberland and Atlantic counties were the first for a GOP candidate since 1988. Yeah, we're not talking about, oh, he won these counties 10 years ago. No. This is the first time since the 80s a Republican has won a place like the Atlantic County, like Cumberland. It's been decades. So we're not talking about just, oh, Trump did slightly better in some areas. He ran it up across the entire state, whether it's in Passaic County. I mean, Trump flipped Passaic. That's a 20-point shift in what, 4 years? He did very good in Bergen. He nearly flipped that. Did very good just everywhere, not just in a single county and he did 30 points better there and that's it. No, he did better everywhere. He did better in places like Morris, Gloucester, even Camden. These are counties that have been Democrat for decades. But Trump did so good in New Jersey without any real operation. I don't care if people say doing one rally in July is not the same as, okay, we're going to have a full-blown operation in New Jersey. We're going to do 15 rallies. No, that's not the same thing. If Trump actually invested time and effort into New Jersey, not just a single rally, I'm not saying he would have won it, but there's a good chance it could have been within 5 points. Which sounds crazy, but guess what? Trump did one rally in New Jersey, and it was within 6. So the idea of putting effort into New Jersey on paper seems crazy, but the more you look into it, it's like, wait, this looks like a realignment. This looks like there's something brewing in New Jersey, and if Republicans put money and time into the states, like Scott Presler is doing, well, who knows? Maybe in 5 to 6 years, we're talking about New Jersey being the new swing state. Presler, who has had more than 2 million followers on X, has already promised to bring a show of force to Edison, New Jersey next week after its city council banned American flags from their meetings. The ban was reversed earlier this week. Which, for those that don't know, I would argue this is the most effective part about Scott Presler. He goes to these city council meetings where they're doing bullshit like this, and guess what? He brings attention to the issue, and millions of people realize what's going on in Edison, New Jersey, for example. Like, I heard nothing about this before Scott Presler talked about it. It's like, wait, what? Like, they're banning American flags for their meetings? Wait, what? But this is Scott Presler. He knows how to operate. He knows how to reach out to people, not just by sitting on X and doing nothing all day. No, go to these city council meetings, go to these events, talk to people, and show people what's going on in, say, Edison, New Jersey. You're going to see us in New Jersey truck stops. You're going to see us at gun shows and gun stores, courting Second Amendment voters. You're going to see us knocking on doors of fraternity houses. You're going to see us going to American Legion and Veterans of Foreign Wars halls, courting veteran voters. And you're also going to see us at Wildwood Boardwalk, he said, which, before Scott Presler did this in Pennsylvania, no Republican, I mean none, no Republican operative would ever go to gun shows, would ever go to truck stops, none of these places, which is stupid, because these areas like truck stops, like gun shows, I guarantee you these people are like 95% Trump voters, or they would be, but they just don't vote. And for years, the GOP, they just sat back and never talked to these people ever. Well, in Pennsylvania, Scott Presler realized, hey, wait a minute. You have hundreds of thousands of voters that have guns, but they don't vote, or they're just not registered. Why don't we go to gun shows and talk to these people, get them out to vote? Which is just common sense, but before Scott Presler thought about this, no other Republican even dared go to truck stops, gun shows, none of that. But in New Jersey especially, if you want to win the state, these truck stops are actually kind of a secret weapon. Jack Ciattarelli in 2021, he might have been the first Republican to realize this, because in the last month of the campaign, Ciattarelli did nothing, go to these truck stops, these diners, and just talk to these voters. And Ask them, what do they care about? What are they most worried about? And yeah, he didn't win every single voter in these areas, but just talking to them, being a normal person, you could convince at least a couple of them to maybe vote. And that's what Citarelli did in 2021. And yeah, he lost by like 3 points, but considering the fact he had no money, no help from the RGA whatsoever, and going against an incumbent, he came damn close to winning. And Scott Presler, he's expanding upon that. He realized, hey, all these voters at truck stops, at gun shows, they don't vote. And they're more than likely, they would vote Republican. But they're not registered to vote for whatever reason. So you know what? Let's invest time and money into these areas. Early Vote Action has more than $2.2 million in the bank and no debts. According to FEC records, in August, they received $1 million from Elon Musk. I would love Elon Musk to continue to see the work that Early Vote Action has done. Presler said, we deliver the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, we delivered a Senate seat, we helped flip House seats from blue to red, and I would argue confidently and also very humbly that our work helped give President Trump the narrow majority in Congress, and he's not wrong. Right now, if it wasn't for his work in Pennsylvania beating Wild and Cartwright, right now, more than likely, it would be 218 in the House. Like, oh yeah, 1-seat majority for Republicans in the House. That's nothing. That's pointless. You can't get anything done. But because of Scott Presler's work and operation, yeah, it's still a small majority, but what would you rather have? A 3 to 4-seat majority or a 1-seat majority? Exactly. You would much rather have a 3 to 4-seat majority. So, either way, Scott Presler is amazing at what he does, and I'm so happy that he realized, hey, these trends in New Jersey, they're not just a fluke. There's something happening in New Jersey, and if we put time and effort into the state, maybe we can flip it. It's unlikely, but who knows? Scott Presler in just, 2 years, not even that, maybe like a year and a half, he turned Pennsylvania from a very purple state to a state that a bunch of Democrats are saying, well, it was very bad for us in 2024, but it was a complete fluke, and it's still a purple state. A quick reminder that just 4 years ago in Florida, they said the same thing. Now, does that mean Pennsylvania will be R+20 come 2028? I'm not saying that. But they said the same crap about Florida 4 years ago. They said, oh, Trump won Florida by 4 points, but it's still a purple state. Well, we all know what happened. DeSantis won by 20, the Trump won by 15 points? So yeah, either way, Pennsylvania is not looking good for Dems whatsoever. But now, they may have to defend New Jersey. And if Scott Presler is able to flip New Jersey, or at the bare minimum, make it a competitive state, I don't care who you are. Give Scott Presler whatever the hell he wants. If he wants $1 billion, give it to him. It's clear. Scott Presler knows exactly what he's doing. I don't know how he figured this out, but it seems like he's a genius. Anything he touches turns into gold. Everything, whether it's in Pennsylvania, whether it's potentially New Jersey. Everything this guy has done so far has worked. And Republicans, if they were smart, would give Scott Presler a shitload of money. And it does sound like, yeah, they have been working with Scott Presler for the last year or so, and it's done wonders. Now, will he actually flip New Jersey? I'm not going to say that yet, because that's kind of even with these trends in New Jersey, that's still a stretch. But there is a chance that, hey, if Scott Presler works his magic yet again, well, maybe in 2032 something crazy happens. 2028, maybe it's a swing state. We'll see what happens in a couple of years, but the fact that we're even talking about New Jersey in the first place is absolutely hilarious. But anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Godspeed to all of you.